All right, I want to talk about the applied practice course for BCFSA if you want to become a realtor in 2025. So I just passed the applied practice course for component 1 and component 2. So I was wondering when I was taking these two components, what will it be like? So I'm looking for, some YouTube videos just to get a sense of what's coming, but I couldn't find such videos. So I'm gonna share my recent experience since I'm still fresh here. So on component 1, you will be joining a discussion forum. So it's an online discussion forum where there are two BCFSA instructors that will be checking your responses through a series of questions. There's quite some modules there. I forgot exactly. Say there are 8 modules. I forgot exactly. But then each module are going through specific applied practice topics for real estate licensee. And then there are some questions posted on the forum, and you're expected to respond to it accordingly. It's not easy, but it's not very hard as well. So you should be fine. So basically, it's an online discussion forum. You will go through each module at a specified time. So there will be deadlines. So the instructor will tell you when each response must be completed every single day for a period of more than a week. Yeah, maybe across 2 weeks. Basically, it's a text-based. So you post a question, you can do your research and then post the answer. And then you also are required to comment other student responses. So they will answer the questions. So say you're grouped with 8 other students, they will post their answers, and then you're supposed to comment on their answers, give feedback, comments. So your instructor will also grade you, so to speak, based on your responses. Are you actively being involved with all these discussions? So you can fail this component. Unfortunately, it's not 100% pass, especially if you're not posting according to the deadlines. Means you're supposed to answer specific questions by the end of today. Usually the deadline is at 10:59 p.m. at a given date. And if you haven't done that, then you may fail. So you have to do that, because I know there are people or students that failed the component 1 and they did not get into component 2. So that being said, for responding to other students, you can pass the deadline. Say for this module, you're supposed to fully complete all your answers by posting it on the forum by 10:59 p.m. But then other students will also need to be responded, right? Say there are 8 other students and you need to respond to their answer. So what if they're posting near the deadline? At 10 p.m. they're posting their answer, and most students are waiting to the end or almost the end of the deadline before they're posting their answer. So you cannot respond to them fast enough. And then I asked the instructors, what am I supposed to do here? So the answer is you can actually respond after the deadline. So component 1, discussion forum, you have to respond your answers before the deadline, and then you are allowed to answer the post comment or feedback from other students' answer past the deadline. Also, the instructors will also ask you questions about your answer, just to make sure you understand the topic clearly and not just answering without actually understanding the material. So that's basically component 1. At the end of component 1, there will be a specific deadline. Also, there's quizzes that you have to pass, but you can do retry, so you can do the quiz again and again and again and again until you pass. It's pretty easy. The quizzes is pretty easy, but discussion forums are crucial. Make sure you answer them accordingly. And then at the end of component 1, you will have to do a CPS, contract of purchase and sale, and then you will submit your completed CPS. They'll give you a scenario. This is the buyer, this is the seller, this is the details of the house, the address, and the subjects. Pretty straightforward. They give you a check, a line by line, criteria, which you will use in your CPS, and then you complete this PDF form. You submit it, upload the file, the completed PDF form to the Blackboard, the BCFSA webpage, the discussion forum webpage, and then that will be assessed by not your instructors. It will be assessed by managing brokers who are chosen by BCFSA to grade students for the CPS assignment. Basically, the final assignment of the component 1. So it's pretty straightforward, not very daunting, but I did miss something. I didn't put the year on. I put the date, forgot the year, and then you get 3 tries, 3 attempts to submit the CPS. So attempt number 1, if you fail, you can do a second attempt and then the third attempt. So you get 3 tries. By the third try, you have to be completed. But the feedback from the managing broker is pretty straightforward, pointing exactly what you need to fix, and then you're gonna go ahead and fix that. So once you pass all that, you will get an email the next day or the set date, like by March 24, you will receive your final assessment. Either you pass or you do not pass. Once you pass, you will proceed to component number 2. So component number 2 is Zoom classes, 2 days, full day Zoom classes from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. or 4 p.m. My honest comment or feedback is it's discussion, right? So you join Zoom calls like with 30 students. So not just from your group from component 1, but from other groups as well combined. So about 30 students. Then you go into breakout room to discuss the various scenario of the applicable real estate story. The first day is you're helping the seller as a licensee. What will you do? And answer all these questions, discuss about it in a group set scenario. Day 2, you will be helping the buyer. So how would you help the buyer and all kinds of questions. You're supposed to be able to answer the questions when the instructor is asking you questions. So depending on the instructor, also it's a bit of a time crunch because there's a lot of topics and scenarios we have to discuss, and the breakout time is only about 12 minutes. So breakout discusses about something that's pretty exhaustive, pretty extensive, but you're supposed to cover all of it in 12 minutes. So depend on your breakout group, 3 to 4 person, how you can handle that situation. But it's really interesting. I really actually enjoyed it, learned a lot from the students and the instructors. So the instructors will pour in their experiences about all these scenarios, also their personal experiences. So thank you for that, instructors. I'm not maybe supposed to mention their names, but that's a very, very precious advices they gave for the students, which is really a seed that we get to to move on. So that's pretty much it. So discussions for component 2 is live discussions, 2 Zoom classes. There are 3 breaks, 1 15-minute break in the morning, lunch break 30 minutes, another 15-minute break afternoon. So 3 breaks. so you can go to the washroom and things like that. But yeah, it's all good. So basically, if you're really into it, you really study your stuff, you really are passionate and wanting to become a realtor, don't sweat it, you will pass everything. But if you're just playing around, you really do have to know your material. So that's what I want to share with future students from all walks of life in BC, because my fellow students, as they introduce themselves, is from all kinds of walk in life, from young to older to mid-age like me. So people who's even were a managing broker before, but they have to renew their license to be actively trading again. Also, some people from the tech industry, including me, I'm from the IT background, and then some people from various kinds walks of life. A lot of people from families who has been doing realtor in their family, a lot of those people as well. And yeah, it's very interesting. I'm really excited to move forward to the component 3, which we will be working with an actual brokerage, doing a real transactions with real clients. That will be under close supervision of another licensee who is my mentor or the managing broker itself. So I'm waiting for my temporary license to be issued by BCFSA. I've applied that. You have to pay for that, around 1,600 something Canadian dollars for the temporary license. And then you also have to pay for the brokerage fees, depending on which brokerage you go with. So yeah, be ready to set aside some funds to do that as well. So you can start your practice with your temporary license. And then last module, component 4, is a Zoom class reviewing our 4 months to 4.5 months field assignments, and then I will get my permanent license. So that's it for this video. I hope that's helpful for you fellow students who are looking into getting into real estate in BC. So yep, let's do this together.